Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at something that I think a lot of you are going to be really interested in. We're going to be diving deep into Germany's work visa program.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing what Germany is doing to attract talented people from all over the world.
For sure. And they're serious about it too.
Absolutely. I mean, just look at the numbers. They issued almost 160,000 work visas last year.
157,924 to be exact. I was looking at their official website, working, studying, living in Germany, and well, it seems like they really want people to come contribute to their society.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a win-win. They get the skilled workers they need. You get the opportunity to build a career.
Totally.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of people listening are probably wondering, why Germany? I mean, what makes it so special?
Well, Germany has a lot to offer. I mean, think about it. High quality of life, affordable health care, great public transportation, strong emphasis on work-life balance.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. It sounds pretty good, actually.
And they're really committed to environmental sustainability, too. Like, they're leading the way in renewable energy.
So it's not just about a job. It's about a good life, too.
Exactly.
Okay, so how does someone actually get a work visa to Germany? What are the steps?
Well, first you have to check if you're eligible.
Makes sense.
They have a quick check tool on the website that can help you figure out which visa category you might qualify for.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, definitely. So depending on your experience and qualifications, you might fall into different categories. Like you could get the work visa for qualified professionals.
Okay, so that's for people with, like, a university degree or something similar.
Right. And then there's the EU Blue Card. That one's specifically for highly skilled professionals.
EU Blue Card. That sounds kind of fancy. What's that all about?
Yeah, well, it's a bit special. Basically, it kind of fast tracks you to permanent residency, and it lets you work in other EU countries sometimes.
Wow, that's a pretty big perk. So there are a few different paths depending on your skills and experience. Okay, so let's say you figure out which visa is the right one for you. What kind of documents do you need to actually apply?
So usually you need your diplomas, certificates, proof of work experience, a valid passport, the usual.
Right. Yeah.
And you might need to show that you can speak the language.
German.
Usually, yeah. But there are exceptions. Oh, and don't forget about proof of financial means. You have to show you can support yourself.
Okay, yeah, so that all sounds pretty standard for any visa application. But, I've struggled with visa applications in the past. It can get pretty confusing.
Oh, yeah, it definitely can be. That's why it's so important to have, guidance.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of guidance, this might be a good time to mention Immigration Bridging Academy.
Absolutely. They're experts in this stuff.
They can help with the whole process, right? Like figuring out which visa is best,
Right.
making sure you have all the right documents, even helping with the actual application.
Yeah, they can do it all.
So, if anyone's feeling lost or overwhelmed, definitely check them out.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll put a link in the description below where you can book a free consultation. You really have nothing to lose.
Exactly. It's a great opportunity to see what your options are. And it's not just about getting the visa. I mean, Germany really helps people settle in.
Oh, yeah, that's important. Like, getting the visa is just the first step, right? It's what happens after you actually get there that matters. Like, how do you deal with a new culture, new language?
Well, Germany offers a bunch of support, to make the transition easier. For starters, they've got these integration courses.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
Yeah, so they help
Yeah.
you learn German, understand the culture, all that.
So it's like a crash course in being German.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
Yeah.
about, fitting in and feeling like you belong. Like they cover everything from daily life to history and politics.
Wow, that's pretty comprehensive.
Oh, yeah, it's not just about the rules. They even talk about stuff like intercultural communication and things like that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like they put a lot of effort into making people feel welcome.
Yeah, they do. But let's be real, moving to a new country is always tough. What about finding a place to live, healthcare, all that?
Yeah, those are important things.
Well, for sure. But Germany's got you covered. There are websites and organizations specifically designed to help immigrants with things like finding housing, understanding the healthcare system, even finding childcare.
Okay, so they really have thought of everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, what about jobs? Like, what are the actual career prospects like in Germany? Is it really as good as it sounds?
Yeah. The economy is really strong. Like we said, they need skilled workers,
Right.
especially in fields like healthcare, engineering, and IT. The salaries are good, and there's plenty of room to grow.
But how do you actually find a job? Like, is it different from, other places?
It's pretty similar. They have online job portals. Networking's important too.
Okay, so like going to events, meeting people in your industry.
Yeah.
So what about qualifications? Like if you got your degree in, say, Nigeria or Kenya, will it be recognized in Germany?
It depends. It really depends on the specific job and qualifications. But it's getting easier. They have agencies that evaluate foreign
Oh,
qualifications.
okay. So they can tell you if your degree is equivalent to a German degree.
Exactly.
So what happens if your qualifications aren't recognized? Like, is there anything you can do?
Yeah. Germany has a big focus on vocational training, like apprenticeships.
Oh, right. So you could learn a trade.
Yeah, exactly. And that can be a really good option, even if your academic qualifications aren't fully recognized.
Okay, that makes sense.
Hmm.
So let's talk about the actual lifestyle in Germany. Like, what's it really like to live there?
Well, it's a really high quality of life. I mean, it's a mix of modern and traditional. The big cities like Berlin and Munich, they're really vibrant and international. But then you have smaller towns, which are more laid back.
So it's something for everyone.
Exactly.
But I mean, there have to be some downsides, right? Like, it can't be all perfect.
Yeah. Well, of course there are challenges. Like learning the language takes time and effort.
Even with the integration courses.
Yeah, even then. And it takes a while to like build a new social circle, really feel at home.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's doable.
Right.
And the benefits are huge. Like, think about it. You're in the heart of Europe.
Oh, yeah. You could travel so easily.
Exactly. I mean, imagine spending a weekend in Paris or going skiing in the Alps. It's all right there.
So before we wrap up this part of the deep dive, let's talk about Immigration Bridging Academy again.
Yeah.
They really can help with all of this, right?
Yeah, they can. They're great at figuring out what's best for each individual. Like, they can help you choose the right visa, make sure you've got all your documents, and they'll even help you with the application.
So they're like a one-stop shop for anyone who's thinking about moving to Germany.
Pretty much.
And they offer a free consultation, right?
Yeah, so you can just talk to them and see what your options are.
I mean, that's great. So if anyone's even a little bit interested, definitely check them out. All right, so we're back and ready to wrap up our deep dive into Germany's work visa program. We've talked about a lot, from those, visa requirements to the bigger picture stuff like what it's like to actually live and work there.
It's been a good overview. We've seen how serious Germany is about attracting people with skills.
Yeah, and they're really focused on those key areas.
Healthcare, engineering, IT, they need people in those fields.
Totally. And it's more than just filling those gaps, right? It's like they're really trying to build a more diverse workforce.
Yeah, it's about the future, Bringing in people from different backgrounds with different ideas. That's how you stay ahead.
For sure. And what's really cool is that they're not just saying, come here and work. They're actually making an effort to help people adjust to life in Germany.
Absolutely. Like those integration courses are a great example of that.
Yeah. I mean, it shows they care, right? It's not just about economics. It's about actually building a better society. So before we wrap up completely, I want to go back to something we talked about before, the fact that this isn't just happening in Germany.
Yeah, this is a global thing. More and more countries are realizing that they need talent from everywhere.
It's like the world's becoming one big job market.
Kind of, yeah. And it's exciting, But it also means things are getting more competitive.
Yeah, for sure. Like for people, it means you have more options. You can go almost anywhere to build your career, but it also means you got to be adaptable.
Absolutely. You have to be willing to learn new languages, new cultures.
Yeah, being open to new experiences is key.
Definitely. And for countries, it means they have to work harder to attract people.
Right, like they have to make sure they're offering good opportunities, a good quality of life.
Yeah, if they want the best people, they have to create the right environment.
It's a win-win though, right? Like everyone benefits from this.
Yeah, I think so. It leads to more innovation, more growth, just a better world overall.
Totally. So as we finish up here, I want to leave everyone with one last thought. If you're feeling inspired by what we've talked about today, if you're thinking, hey, maybe I want to explore these opportunities, then reach out to Immigration Bridging Academy.
Yeah, they're the experts. They can help you figure everything out.
And don't forget they offer a free consultation. So, you can just chat with them and see what your options are.
It's a great first step.
Absolutely. Put the link in the description below. And, don't be afraid to dream big. The world is changing. There are so many possibilities out there.
Yeah, go for it.
So, thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you found it helpful. And until next time, keep exploring.